I never thought that we would be talking about this topic. There is a Game of Thrones movie in development at Warner Brothers. Now, obviously, this is coming off the back of people kind of hated season 8 of Game of Thrones, but then they've really won them back with House of the Dragon, despite what went on. The thing that annoyed people with season 2 of House of the Dragon is they had a great episode in there and a great build-up, but a great build-up to nothing. I'd say people are still excited for it in that world, it's just they wanted to see more. We've got another spin-off coming next year with Dunk and Egg. And kind of like the love's there for Game of Thrones again. People want to see stuff in the world of Westeros. I want to see stuff in the world of Westeros. You want to see stuff in the world of Westeros. And now they want to do a feature film. And I think that's a great idea. Because this is like Star Wars. There's so many places you can take this. Like, literally, you could do a Skeleton Crew version of Game of Thrones. No, that would be shit. I don't want to see that. But
Children of the Forest, I think that'd be pretty cool. But the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, because literally they kill skeletons the first time you see them.
Yep.
Yeah. Good callback. You didn't know that was a callback, did you?
No.
No. So look, all I'm going to say is, I'm going to throw a couple out there, and then you tell me which era you think it's going to be in. You know, so, first of all, the one which I think everyone wants to see, Aegon's Conquest.
I think Aegon's Conquest would have been better as more of a... Say, like, if they had the show building up to it, and then we get the film, then yes, but you know, Aegon's Conquest is a massive thing in the Game of Thrones lore, and I feel like that would work so well, especially in this day and age when you can do all the CGI, you can do all the dragons and the big set pieces in TV now, and the budget's there for it. You know, I feel like it would be much more well spent on that.
If it's a feature film, though, it's going to have a bigger budget than a 7-8 episode TV show.
No, it's just there's a lot going on, and I want it to be like sort of like an arc. Do you know what I mean? Going through all that.
Now, before we move on to the next ones, I just wanted to say there's one thing. If they was going to do Aegon's Conquest, this is how I would tell the story. Instead of following Aegon and his sister wives, I would, every week, it's kind of like an anthology of like, oh, he went to this kingdom, and you're with that kingdom as they're preparing for Aegon to show up, and you see the horror and stuff like that. You know, after he's been to I can't remember which one he goes to first. I think it's the Westerlands. I think that's where, like, the Lannisters live and shit like that. And they just get all fucking burnt. But I could be wrong, because my Game of Thrones knowledge is not there at the moment. But I'd love to see it from, like, a different kingdom's perspective every time. And, like, Dawn being, like, the last one. And it's like, yeah, we ain't fucking getting that. We will never conquer Dawn.
It'd just be like a passing moment.
Yeah.
In the episode, yeah.
The next one, which I'm thinking they could do for a film, which I think this works better as a film than Aegon's Conquest. Robert's Rebellion. I think that's what we want to see the most.
Yes.
Us too.
Yes. And, you know, we've been saying for a long time, even if it's just like a limited series, and it's a couple of episodes.
We were saying like 3-4 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
Do it as a film. Do it as a film.
But just do it as a film. Like, have that big budget, you know, because it is a big moment in the Game of Thrones sort of lore and the world and that, you know, comes of that. So I think definitely it would work so much better as a film. It, you know, again, it is sort of like a moment rather than Aegon's Conquest is like a big, you know, it's a big. It's just more not stretched out, but it's you know, in the time frame, Aegon's Conquest is like that, and then Robert's Rebellion is like a lot
Yeah.
smaller. So you know, but that's not to say one or the other is better than the other. You know, both are fantastic sort of set pieces and have great stories in both. But yeah, I definitely agree. Robert's Rebellion is more plausible in movie format.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I still want to see in live action Robert with his hammer caving in Rhaegar's chest, because I think that'll look badass. And just all the rubies flying off his armor, just like, oh, see you later, mush. But there's two more, or it could be as one. In fact, let's go as one. We'll do it as one. The next film story, the story after Game of Thrones. Yeah.
I think they heard people loud and clear after season 8, where it's like, what have you done here? Unless they can do something really special, and they've got a great script, a great story to tell, and a great way to sort of maybe try help redeem that season 8 finale. But I see that being extremely difficult, if it's possible at all, because you've got Arya, who's gone off west of
Which is
Westeros.
the stuff I'm the most interested in.
Yeah. And obviously Jon Snow, for some reason, he's gone back to North, which is like, okay, yeah, maybe you can explore some things, what's north of North kind of thing, but then
A poll.
you can't then do the two most interesting characters and have them on screen and have them interact.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be two separate stories.
Yeah, because she's gone
happening.
the fuck that way. And he's gone the fuck that way.
I mean, if they can make it a way where it's like somehow both their stories are intertwined in some way, but I really don't see that being plausible at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could do it where you've got two characters that never interact in the film. It'd be an interesting concept, but it's just where they've left it. It's like John's just living out in the north and Arya's off to go explore. So yeah, I'm gonna say a no on that. And if it ends up being that, I'll be honest, Callum, I'll be pretty disappointed.
I'd be disappointed as well. I'd be like, we could have had something so much cooler. But I'd still watch it. I'd want to believe that, alright, this might be good. Because I love Jon Snow as a character, probably one of my favourite characters in fiction. That was a burp for you all.
Nice.
So what we're saying, Robert's Rebellion, that's what we want the most?
Yeah. I mean, shit. It could be something to do with, you know, even House of the Dragon. They could be doing something there where they're changing plans. Because look at season 2, Callum. It's like it was a very dragged out season. Like,
yeah,
that could have been cut down episode wise, but then you'll have such a shorter episode count.
Which we already had a cut down episode count.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So it's you know, it could be that, it could be anything. We don't know. So
imagine if they fulfilled the full 10 order for House of the Dragon season 2. You'd got a sentence an episode. Yeah, no. Look, I want Robert's Rebellion, but I think what is the most likely thing to happen is Aegon's Conquest. I think that's the thing that's most likely to happen. And I think Warner Brothers aren't stupid. They have seen all the Henry Cavill fan casting for Aegon the Conqueror. And I think they're going to try throw a decent bit of fucking money at him. To do it.
I mean, he does look pretty cool in white hair, as you know, he'd be coming back and putting on that wig again.
Yeah. Yeah, Henry Cavill looks pretty fucking cool no matter what he's doing.
Wholeheartedly agree.
He looks cool painting Warhammer miniatures.
I look like a senior citizen.
You are a senior citizen, you turned 26 this week, so that means you're old as fuck.
Yeah, I know, don't remind me.
Yeah. While you're there in your Deadpool dressing gown, eating your McDonald's alone on a Friday night. He's alright, I ate pizza with my grandma, so.
Still, you weren't alone.
Right. Guys, I think that'll do us for today.